Aloha! This is the Green Lightning, Mr. T. Rutu has just been eaten by Lord Jabu Jabu and is now being digested. Sure, let's go with that. So anyways, if we follow her and talk to her again, she'll pretty much say that, yeah, you're still hanging around. And then she goes on saying that she's been doing this for years. And that Lord Jabu Jabu has been strange lately. Okay, I needed to blow my nose there in all honesty. Okay. And then that she lost her precious stone. And then yes, this stuff. And she gives us the honor of carrying her around because she is too lazy to walk behind us. So now we have the ultimate weapon! Wah! I missed. Oh dear, I missed. Oh dear, okay. No. Gosh dang you. And honestly, now that I think about it, coming down here was a horrible idea. Gosh dang it. Okay. Can I go in here yet? Nope. So I already regret everything. Great. So let's see what happens if you leave her in a room. How inconsiderate, how could you leave me behind? She'll turn up back here. Honestly, she was still in the same room, but if you leave her anywhere else, except for one situation, well actually a couple, I'll get into that more, she will come back here, and then you have to do both the whole process of carrying her around again. But anyway, she's a very useful weapon. And here we have another new enemy, which I cannot. That's a stinger. Destroy it before it flies into you. Doesn't look like one now, but if you walk into it, it'll come out of the ground because that's apparently what I was doing. And once again, Rutu is an excellent weapon against all enemies. And we killed it. You can also use Deku Seeds. Or use Deku Nuts. Any combination of things that kill will work, basically. Anyways, now I'm going to kill this golden Skulltula with Princess Ruto. And then I'm going to throw her up there because, honestly, she can't swim. She will drown if you try and leave her in water. It's pretty much... yeah, it makes little sense, in fact. So I'm pretty sure there's like a ferry up here or something. Gosh, I always have something to talk about in this game. It's weird. But, like, I feel like anyways, let's not worry about that right now. For now, we have a ferry. And we're good. Let's just get out of here. Actually, any hearts? Yeah, that'll work. Yep, give me those. Okay. If you do it right, you should be able to... there. Do that, and then that'll save you some time. If you head up that way, that is. Anyway, she's also useful for hitting those things. Ruto is a very useful weapon. However, once again, do not drop her in water. She does not swim. I probably have done something along those lines. There is an area in back there. I will come back and show that off at some point. Just not now while I have Ruto around. So honestly, as a kid, I was deeply confused because I thought I was supposed to save her by getting out of the dungeon with her. She won't leave. She will go back to being up here or wherever it is. I believe once you get to this room with Ruto again, she will, anytime you lose her, she will now spawn back here instead, which is nice, but here we have another enemy, which I have to drop her for. That's a Bari, once again. It's just the bigger one that has the same name. Also, if you head over here... Watch out, Mr. T! Electricity is running through this green slimy thing. Yes. Okay, so here is another one. Like, the common thing of this dungeon is that everything is electrified, basically. So that's a tail Perserian. God, where do they come up with these names? Its tail is its weak point. Once again, it's electrocuted, so don't, if you use your sword on the tail, you will get electrocuted. But Ruto, once again, awesome weapon, and gosh dang it, I hate those things. Everything is annoying at the moment. Anyways, do we get that dialogue for any of the other ones? Yes. For every single one of these, red slimy thing, we get dialogue, so that's kind of fun. What's the other one out of curiosity? Also, gosh, I really ought to change that setting back. Ah, red. Blue? Is that blue? Yeah, sure. Guess it's blue. Don't even have to throw her. You just have to set her down and she will kill everything. My gosh. Why does she even need us to get through this dungeon? She can just do everything well on her own. Okay, so this switch is... Actually, do I do this yet? Actually, I think I do the other... Go the other way first, actually, now I think about it. So the interesting thing about this switch is it doesn't go down all the way unless you have enough weight. Ah, okay. And oh, I shot too early. That's sad. Should be the one more. La la la. I missed. I'll just shoot it twice. And that should give us the ultimate weapon we've been waiting for. For this, at least for this part of the run. The boomerang! Yay! Finally a weapon I can reuse without having to restock on it. The boomerang. You can use it to attack distant enemies, and it is a boomerang, so it'll come back to you. Also, like, the main weapon in this dungeon that kills, like, all these electricity-based enemies. Very good in that account. So... we head over here. Leave her on this button. Because that button will not stay pressed down. We have this thing. A parasitic tentacle. It seems that the narrow part is its weak point. You need a particular item to destroy it. Very useful if you don't actually know what you're doing. So you do have to stand close enough that it can try and hit you, or else it will stay in the ceiling forever. Honestly, if you just do circles around it, it's not that hard. Yay! So for destroying it, we also get a, I'm pretty sure, like, the map. Yep, the map. And then basically the compass is down the hallway. So I'm pretty sure we're done with Ruto, actually. We don't need her, but we'll still carry her around, basically. And how inconsiderate. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Also, you could just leave her here. You don't need her anymore, I'm pretty sure. And that's just to remind you that there was a red tail there, basically, but there isn't, no longer one. So, there we go. Nice and easy. I don't even honestly know why they bother with the time limit. Although it is pretty funny when someone you're watching totally does somehow screw that up. Because honestly, come on, they died of Deku Nuts. How could you possibly have a problem with these enemies? Oh, I guess you can just run out of Deku Nuts, but what kind of fool comes here with no Deku Nuts? Anyways, so we got the compass. Did I just say we have the Deku Nuts and not instead of saying that we have the compass? I might have, I'm not exactly sure. So, takes care of that. We got another parasitic tentacle. This time it's the blue one. I think in the 3DS version it does actually look a lot more blue than it does now. It's kind of almost, you know, purple, gray, red combined into one tentacle instead of just solid blue. Really doesn't look that blue. This hallway looks blue. Now it looks red. And oh gosh dang it. Now it looks like pink. I have no idea. What am I talking about these days, honestly? So here's the main thing. The boomerang will kill these Bree. That's the main thing that the boomerang is so useful. Also, it brings items to you. That's another thing. That's actually how you get a good portion of Skulltulas in this game that you can't actually get otherwise. It's using the boomerang. Now that we have the boomerang, we can actually honestly go back to that first dungeon and get the golden Skulltula that was there. Because that's the last thing we needed before we could do that. We did need the bombs, but it's just that we also needed the boomerang to get this golden Skulltula. Kind of annoying that if you don't actually, if you go back there not knowing that, you then have to leave and then come back again. But, whatever. What can you do? Whew, hello there. I think you're actually immune to the boomerang now that I think about it. Once again, those don't do anything. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I would always use the Inspire to kill all these things, because that's the only way I conceivably knew how to kill these things. That will do the trick. And then it just spawns more Bree. Isn't that wonderful? So anyway, what you're supposed to do next is... Oh, there's another one. Is fall down here, and if you remember, there was a green tentacle there blocking our path before, so with having killed the big one, it is now clear. So, in this game, the boomerang is not the easiest to aim with because your head isn't. Your head's kind of in the way. Basically, in the new game, the boomerang has... You see that, like, in the picture it has the red thing on it? Like that's almost like a ruby or something like that. And how it has the ruby-like thing on the boomerang when I'm holding it. Supposedly you're supposed to use that to aim the boomerang, and it kind of does work. It's just not very practical to use. So this is what we need Ruto for, basically, at this point, is to throw her up there so she can get her gem back. Princess Ruto got the spiritual stone, but why Princess Ruto? Nope! That would be funny, but honestly, if you do that, nothing will happen. Nothing funny happens if you try to leave. Or at least to my knowledge. Yeah! What is this? An octopus? We have a mini-boss! And honestly, we have had mini-bosses in the other dungeons. It's just that they are so particularly easy that you didn't have to worry about that. So this is a big octo. Attack it from behind. So you can either use a boomerang. I'm pretty sure you can also use Deku Nuts now that I think about it. No, you cannot. And the thing, so the deal about this guy is you gotta get behind it. And you can either do that by going to the entire room, or actually the other way of doing it. Which is when he's spinning, throw the boomerang at him and hope you get him while he's looking the other way. Or here's actually the speedrunning tactic. You let him hit you, and then he turns around immediately, so then you can then stun him and then get him. But one Deku Stick jump should do the trick, basically, as shown. Do I have a fairy already? Yes. Good to know. How are we doing on time? Pretty close. So, in this room, right, you have to be close enough for... That's stupid. That Octorok is a jerk. So we have these weird things. I have no idea what you want to even call these things. Oh, and I didn't wait long enough. Okay, you! Friggin' die! So you can only stun these things while they're waggling. And then you can use them as platforms, but honestly, like, what the heck are these things? I guess they're more parasitic things, maybe, but gosh, they're weird. So up here, you just have to jump over here, and this will then elevate down for you and make a new path. So that's the way to the dungeon boss, but there are a couple rooms I would like to head back to. I want to take a quick look. No, I do not have all the... Oh, that's because there's one in the final room. Yeah, okay. So I guess now is the time to show off those other rooms that I didn't get to yet. So the first one that I did not go through is here. And I'm pretty sure this is just to get something from a business scrum, but I can't remember. Well, this is problematic. I can't drink any of my milk here. Okay, there we go. Okay. What are you selling? Potion? Deku Nuts. Sure. So that was nice. Both Deku Nuts are quite useful in this dungeon. And also the fact that if you actually do buy stuff, it will then give you hearts or rupees depending if you have full health. And on it, I hate these things. Urgh! Eat stone, apparently. I don't know. What is it they shoot? Is it truly stone? Aha! I managed to grab those. Let's head back up. I think I'll just extend the episode until we get to the boss and do the boss next episode, because that's honestly what I've been doing, and honestly, it's not that... there isn't that much left to the dungeon. There's basically one more room to go through. That was interesting! That was very interesting! Haven't ever done anything like that before, but... that was interesting and hilarious, all at the same time. Okay, bike on it. There we go. So, what's in this room? I don't think... isn't anything important in this room, but... what is in this room? Fairy... rupees... oh! Ah! Rupees, actually! Kinda weird, this room, but still, alright, I'll take red rupees. That'll fill up my wallet. So, honestly, I should have shown off Forward's wind for that, but oh well, I didn't think of that. Because now I have to walk all the way back. Or at least climb all the way back, really. It's the correct word there. How? Yeah, I should be there. Okay. So what we need to do here, there's another button that won't stay down unless it's continually pressed, so you have to grab one of these boxes for that. So this is the room before the boss, basically. There's a bunch of brie in here, just floating around. And then Gold Scotilla should be the last one. And for once, we should be able to complete a dungeon fully. Meaning getting all the Golden Scotillas. Okay, so that should be the last one, yes. And as you can see, we now have a big icon, Scotilla token icon thingy. I have no idea what that's supposed to... Sure, thing. Next to the map. Indicating we got them all. I just haven't been able to show that off for any place because I haven't completed any place yet. So here we have a puzzle where you have to Z-target it so that the boomerang goes around the wall. That, or you can do something like that where it then curves on its way back. I think you actually have to do that for Master Quest, since it's not something you can target. It's like a crystal thing. So, at any rate, this has been the Green and Lightning Mr. T. Next episode, we shall take on the boss. And then we're pretty close to getting the Triforce, basically. So, until then, I've already done that. To you I say aloha.